explain this. She's stupidly overpowered. She deals with like the level 5 party as like a challenge 8 plus a challenge 14 fighting them. And she is chaotic evil. And like there's a description of her character, and there's literally just an encounter where she just shows up, kills the entire party, doesn't come back for the rest of the plot. And there's a lot of stuff that kind of hinges on the party winning that unwinnable encounter, and she has absolutely no point in being there. And it's like everyone kind of figured it was just it really felt like somebody put their OC into the campaign with no purpose for being there. Which not the same situation, but like reminded me of that.
That's fair.
少し気になるのはどこまでが本当の話かってことだ。例えば
Oh yeah, I didn't end up saving the Citadel, the people that employed me in Mass Effect. I decided to destroy the thing that was actually controlling the BBEG.
Makes sense.
For a couple of reasons, too. One, the council didn't like me, but two, the most important thing is they ignored every warning I gave them. And so I'm kind of sitting there, it's like, what's the point of saving them and potentially letting the threat get away when they didn't listen in the first place? I don't think that'd make them a good council.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, there's this big threat, I'm warning you, this is a big threat. Hey, we're grounding your ship, you're not allowed to leave. And it's like, wow, you won't even let me deal with the threat.
彼女のように人の役に立てたらどんなに素晴らしいだろうと思ってな。だが実際看護師になってみると夜勤は眠いし患者のわがままには振り回されるししんどいのなんのって次第に俺は仕事の手を抜くことばかり考えてな。ナースコールが聞こえないふりをしたりサボって昼寝できる場所を探したりすっかり初心を忘れて40手前になった頃だ。新人の看護師で
My hands hurt so bad.
子が病院に
Yeah,
やって
was
きた。
that?
彼女は自己紹介で
Work.
ナイチンゲールに憧れてと言っててな。
ナンバと同じだな。
きっかけは同じでも俺とはまるで違ったよ。水江ちゃんはどんな患者の声にも
I don't want to work tomorrow either.
Fair enough.
その上
I have a 9 to 5
いつも笑
tomorrow
顔でさ
for the fire
ま
department.
るで天使みたいな子だったよ。
惚れたのか？
バカ言え。向こうは23歳の花盛りでこっちは40目前のおっさんだぞ。
Suboptimal.
問題ねえって。ナンバは見た目よりずっと若く見えるしよ。
そうか。
おお、20代前半。いや、10代に見えてもおかしくねえ。
Okay, Ichiban, that's a bit of a lie.
すまねえ。
まあ冗談でもちょっと嬉しかったけどな。
で、その水江ちゃんと何かあったのか？
うん。それでよ、水江ちゃんを見てると俺にも看護師を志した頃の熱い気持ちが蘇ってきてな。今一度真面目に仕事に向き合おうと思ったんだ。
そいつはいい兆候じゃねえか。
だけどこっちはもう中年だろ。体力がかなわねえ。ある晩夜勤に入ってると猛烈に眠たくなってな。こっそり仮眠を取ろうとして病院の裏庭で横になったんだ。すると背後で物音が聞こえた。振り返るとそこには倉庫があってな。病院で使う薬を保管している倉庫だ。そこから水江ちゃんが出てきたんだよ。
薬の補充か？ナンバはサボってんのに水江ちゃんは真面目だな。
いや、俺たちの病院じゃ薬の補充は薬剤師しかできない決まりになってるんだ。俺や水江ちゃんは看護師だ。倉庫に入ることはねえ。
だったらなんで 水江ちゃんは倉庫から？
あの頃病院内には妙な噂が流れていてな。
妙な噂？
倉庫に保管してる薬の数がリストと合わないんだ。そこで誰かが薬を盗んで闇で横流ししてるんじゃないのかってな。
まさか水江ちゃんが？
ああ。
I'm
倉庫から出てきた
as soon as I
水江
hit
ちゃんの手に
stream, I'm suddenly
しっか
very
りと
popular.
薬の箱が握られていたんだ。
なんで水江ちゃんが薬の横
The
流し
second I
な？
hit stream, I start getting a lot of DMs.
水江ちゃんの親御さんに
yeah, I
は
feel that.
借金があったらしくてな。彼
Not
女
with
は給料の
streaming,
ほと
but
んどを
like
渡して
with class.
返済
It's
を
like
手助け
everyone
してたんだ。
messages me when I'm in class,
だけど
not when
借
I'm
金の
messaging
額は
Fair.
一看護師の給料じゃ返しきれないほど莫大だったんだろう。
じゃあ彼女は返済を助けるために薬の横流しを？
ああ、俺は水江ちゃんが薬を盗み出すところを目撃しちまったってわけさ。
Goodbye, yellow
だが
lizard.
水江ちゃんの方は俺が見てたことに気づいていなかった。こんな時
I must ascend.
一番ならどうする？
水江ちゃんを追いかけて
What are you
Not
doing?
actually
捕
ascend,
まえる
just
っ
get up
てのが
the
正しいんだろうけど、
brain world.
彼女は望んだ犯罪に手を染めるような子じゃないんだろう？
And the scavengers are making that very difficult.
親御さんのためにやむを得ずやっちまったに違いねえ。それに薬の横流しは犯罪には変わりねえが。
I finished my last single player Warhammer game that I intended on playing.
横流しが発覚して彼女が病院をクビになれや借金返済は一層遠のく。それを考えると
Unless I randomly decide to go back and play some of the other ones that I didn't really like, but I don't know if I'll give them another chance.
結局俺は
Probably not on stream. I'll probably like maybe when I've played through everything or just get the itch, I'll play them while watching YouTube or something.
I have been getting the strangest urge to play Skyrim again recently.
何も見なかったことに
I've not played through Skyrim.
その後
You
水江
really
ちゃん
should.
は
It's a
倉庫
fantastic
で水江
game.
ちゃんを見てから
I killed a dragon and went to the college of I think Winterhold is what it's called.
警察に
And that is the most I've done.
と言い出したんだ。
それまで警察には届けてなかったのか？
Oh, I tried to solve a murder mystery and then
病院の
the
メンツ
game
に関わ
broke and
る
I
ことだ
stuck with
から
items.
なるべく
right,
内
you
々
told
で
me
解決したかったんだろう。だが一向に犯人が見つからないことにしびれを切らしてついに警察へ。
That was on Xbox too, so I couldn't console command it.
水江ちゃんは
犯人だとバレるのも時間の問題だ。
Otherwise, I would have been able to fix it.
逮捕されれば前科もつくし新聞に名前も出る。まだ若い彼女にとってそいつはあまりに酷だと思わねえか。それに比べて俺はどうだ。中年の独身男。どんなに心を入れ替えても今さらナイチンゲールのようにはなれねえ。こんな俺が残るより彼女が残った方が医療業界のためになる。そう思わねえか。
もしかしてナンバーお前？
ああ、俺が名乗り出たよ。薬を盗んで転売してたのは俺ですって言ってな。
それでナンバーは看護師免許を剥奪？
ああ、当然病院もクビだ。
そこまでして水江ちゃんのことを。その後彼女からは何かなかったのか？電話とか手紙とか？
特にねえよ。俺が住んでた独身寮もクビになった日に追い出されちまったしな。
後悔はしてねえのか？
それからほどなくして
That's an elite scavenger. That's two elite scavengers. That is no joke.
仮にク
Okay.
ビになってなくても自分からやめてたさ。後悔なんてしてねえよ。強いて言えば水江ちゃんが海外に旅立つ際には見送りに行きたかったけどな。
海外に旅立つ？
うん。水江ちゃんは医療の発展しない途上国に渡って一人でも多くの命を救いたいって夢があったんだ。
まさにナイチンゲールだな。
うちの病院は海外派遣制度っていうのがあってな。3年以上働いた看護師が利用できる。 水江ちゃんは今年で
Push.
3年
Alright,
目。
we're good.
きっと制度を利用して渡航するはずだ。
それなら見送りくらい言ったっていいじゃねえか。
無理だよ。いつ経つのか日にちもわからねえ。
看護師時代の同僚に聞けば渡航の日にちを教えてくれるだろう。
バカ言え。俺は薬の横流し犯のレッテルが貼られてんだぞ。今さら同僚に連絡できるかよ。
ちょっと二人さん、深刻な顔しちゃって何の話してるのよ。
のさっちゃん、だいぶ飲んでるみてえだな。
まあね、それより教えなさいよ。何の話してたのよ。
難波のホームレス体験記ってのが壮絶でな。
ホームレス体験記？
なんせ家がねえから便所がねえわけだよ。腹壊して下痢なんかした日にゃ。
じゃない話ね。もう少し色気のある話でもしてるかと思ったのに、本当に男っていくつになってもバカなんだから。
気回してくれてありがとな。
いいってことよ。
まあいつか最後にも打ち明けるよ。ただしあいつが酔っ払ってねえ時にな。
間違いねえ。
Whoa. I leveled up my bond with Nanba. Kaylee, do you know anything about Yakuza?
No, not really. I know
It's-
you like it a lot.
Hold up. Oh, wait, I didn't even get to read that. Oh, well. Yeah, it's one of my favorite game series.
So I hear. What do you like so much about it?
It has a very interesting way of blending comedy and a very serious tone without, like, going overboard on either. So it makes it very fun. And it's very much, like, it's a Japanese game through and through. Like, you know how some games will be, like, a Japanese game, but, like, they'll Americanize it? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have a lot of that. It feels very much like it's a proper yeah, it feels like an authentic product for it. Of course, dramatized, because why wouldn't it be? But it's fun. They have tons of mini games too. Not that I'm always into them, but they always have baseball because Japan has an addiction to baseball.
Yeah, I hear about that.
But it's very interesting. They even have old, like, because it's a SEGA game, any old arcade SEGA games have a chance of showing up in there. They have Virtua Fighter, some other old arcade games. And even, I think, like, the worst Yakuza games are still decent games. I think my biggest complaint on two of them is that so there are two of them that I think last too long. Which would be, I think it was the 5th game and the 3rd game. And the 3rd game had, like, a whole section of the game where you were running an orphanage. And I didn't sign up to Yakuza to run an orphanage. It made sense at the time for the character. And it 100% makes sense. It's just not what I was interested in.
Oh, no.
大した男だったみてえだな。その犯人。
It's also, I think, like, the only real beat 'em up game I play. Though they did a really good job at making it turn-based in 7.
なんとか若きリーダーに取り入ろうと叫びたりの脳みそをフル回転
Oh my god.
そして出した
I'm a legend at this game. Sorry, I just had to have the most, like, clutch moment. I was listening.
影武者として組織へ差し出すこと。私は実の父から薬を盛られ、眠っている間に顔を整形されたんですよ。マジかよ。ボスに取り入るためにそこまで。影武者を差し出された范純義は苦笑するしかなかったようです。私の顔を見て元に戻せとは言いませんでした。悪くない案だと我々親子を受け入れたのです。ちなみにその親父さんは今どうしてるんだ？死にましたよ。もともと体を壊してましたが、好きな酒に溺れながら死ねて本望だったでしょう。家族仲はまあきっと良くなかったんだろうな。
I forget how sad some of the character stories are.
范純義は自分の振る舞いを覚えさせるべく可能な限り私をそばに置いてくれました。そこは私にとっていわば初めていることを許された場所です。私と範純義は明白な主従関係にありましたが、それでも長い時間を共にする中で笑い合い、二人で酒を酌み交わすこともあったのです。それを双子の兄弟のようだったといえばあまりに僭越でしょうがね。
Well, we'll say for one, because he's talking about it right now, Han Jungi was made to be a body double of the real Jungi. And the reason why he ended up being the body double was his father, in his sleep, drugged him, and then did the plastic surgery to present him to Jungi, so that way they could become part of the Korean mafia.
Huh. Interesting.
So he was forced to become a body double as a kid.
Ooh, that's rough, man.
That's just the sum of it. Kiryu's whole life is sad. Because Kiryu grew up as an orphan, run by a Yakuza boss that he considered his own father. It's revealed... Do you care about story spoilers?
No.
His own father... who he considered his father, that orphanage that he ran, was for all the kids' parents that he killed.
Ooh.
So he was running an orphanage basically as a way to redeem himself for the people he's killed. His sworn-in brother ends up having a love interest, and one of the higher-ups in the Yakuza try to take advantage of her, so he kills her. Kiryu goes to jail in his place because he needs to take care of, I think it was his sister? And during that time, his blood brother starts betraying the Yakuza because he keeps getting compared to Kiryu, and he ends up having to fight his own blood brother, who ends up dying in the end after sacrificing himself. That's just the first game, basically.
Wow. Jesus, dude. What a story.
He has like 6 more games of getting dragged into Yakuza-related shit. And seeing people die. He ends up, when he runs the orphanage, he ends up having to leave the orphanage because he was Yakuza, and it's affecting the lives of his kids negatively because everybody views him as a Yakuza, and they're Yakuza's kids. So he ends up having to leave the orphanage and all the kids that he loves just so that way they can live their best lives. Like, his life is screwed.
Dude, that's so rough.
私もそうしました。共にいた数少ないメンバーたちもです。しかし人言派が全てだった私に行き場はなく。
Yeah, that's just a few examples from one character's life in there.
世界中のどこにもいません。砂漠で狼の群れに囲まれたようなものです。
Very much summed up, but
その状況はわずかな望みをかけた先は在日のコミュニティです。
But you can also find the super serious mafia man passionately singing at karaoke or disco dancing.
Okay, mafia men can have hobbies too.
He has a dance-off against Miracle Johnson, the in-game universe of Michael Jackson.
Alright.
He stars... The same Mafia Man also stars in several movies as an action star after an actor gets hurt. And he also...
Okay, I'm starting to think Mafia was the wrong career choice for him.
He also voices... Without being told, he voices in what's clearly an erotic gay visual novel.
Ah.
He's also the number 1 champion in slot car racing, in which he played against kids.
Alright.
And he takes it very seriously, where he actually gets visibly upset when he loses. This is what I mean, though, when I explain this. It's what I mean by the game is both very serious and very comedic, and somehow doesn't ruin the tone of the game by doing it. Because if I remember properly, every side story is canonical to Kiryu's story, so he's done all the goofy things you've seen him do. And the main story's more serious with some hints of comedy in there every once in a while.
Oh my god. That was a very hungry artist. 7 nuclear missiles.
Jungi is going on about his story for a lot longer than I remember it.
There's 2 things that solve every problem. Money and explosives. I've got an idea! Oh, that idea is turning out very poorly. Nope.
Didn't work.
Sweet. It worked. It worked. Oh, good.
Fair.
What time is it?
5:45.
Oh my god. Alright, I got what I needed. Good, good. I'm about to get cooked. Just kidding, I'm doing cooking. Flipping that because that was the most legendary series of dodges and avoidances known to mankind, or a slug kind, I guess.
I just realized I'm a little bit of an asshole. They introduce you to his actual name, but I will always remember him as Jungi. But oh well. I'm never good with names, so I need to head to Hello Work. If we want to start Rogue Trader early, we could hypothetically do that as well. There's a very long dialogue that I was not interested in re-going over.
Oh, Teal, I don't think Snake's here right now, though. He's muted.
He opened up the game was the reason I said that. So, who all needs job changes? Just Jungi? Just Jungi. It is time for him to become a foreman. Yes. Do I think it's the best role for him? No, but... I don't necessarily have time to start the next story segment because that bit was a bit longer than I thought it would be. But the game can really be a movie sometimes.
In a good way or a bad way?
Good when you're going through it for the first time. Because I like the story. That's a lot of the fun with Yakuza. It's just lengthy, so if you don't like long cutscenes, you can skip them, but you'd be skipping a lot of the game. Dang. I didn't expect to kill the whole, like, group of enemies. Because there's definitely hours worth of cutscenes in the game. In fact, the beginning and the end of the games might as well be movies. At least that's how it feels like.
See.
Of course, if you like story-driven games, that's not a problem. I can try. Do I have any heavy hitting one target attacks? Unless, oh, Frost Bazooka should work. Ooh, I have 2 as foremans. I didn't realize I did that. I don't necessarily want 2 foremans because I don't have the equipment to gear them up properly for that. I shall have to grind so that way I can give him a different job before I continue the story, which is fine because it's close enough to Rogue Trader for me to switch to the game. Methinks.
Yeah, let me log out of Rain World and get Rogue Trader up and running.
You said the next chapter's relatively fast?
Yeah, in comparison to the rest of the game, it is probably the shortest chapter.